Hey everybody, Maddox here. Welcome back to the Poke Historian. It's so quiet around here today. I love when my apartment complex is peaceful. There's a lot of loud people over here and sometimes they're kind of annoying. Anyways, we're doing one of my fireside chat videos today. I was doing some reading on Reddit earlier, which I know I shouldn't do because, especially on the Pokemon forums, there's a lot of people that go on there and squawk. And they just don't know what they're talking about, but there's something I see on there that kind of annoys me, so I just wanted to get it out in a video. So here it is. If you see a deal that's too good to be true, it is. And what I mean by that, it amazes me how many people get bamboozled on eBay or Mercari or, at the back of a Walmart parking lot trying to get some rare card for like a dirt cheap price. And it amazes me that people continue to fall for this stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are looking for a rare expensive card that's say $2,000, if you see it for $500, it's going to be fake. It's not going to be what you think it is. Or it's going to be in very, very bad condition compared to what the pictures show online. You have to understand this. In today's day and age, people are not that stupid when it comes to selling their collectibles. We're not in a world where people don't know that their Pokemon cards have value anymore. That world was before 2020 and it was already shrinking. So like when you go online now, people are going to try and sell their Pokemon cards and they're going to know how much they're worth. They're going to know how to search the card on eBay. eBay's even going to suggest prices to them. The same thing goes for Mercari. You're not going to bamboozle someone for their $2,000 card for $500. In fact, if somebody's got that card for $500, they're going to bamboozle you. Just take your time with this stuff. And here's the deal. I know this stuff is very expensive right now, and a lot of us can't afford some of these cards. That's okay. My advice to you in this market, particularly right now, as of August 2025, I would not be buying hardly anything. The only thing I would be buying are cards that you can look online and see they have dropped significantly, like in the last few months, like still some of these Scarlet and Violet illustration rares and special illustration rares. Those are still at a good price. Or maybe some older vintage cards that haven't moved. But the thing is, nobody wants this stuff because everybody always wants to chase the hype. They want to chase what everybody else is chasing. So as soon as something gets popular, everybody decides they want it, and everyone's trying to get their piece of the pie and get in there. And the FOMO is just nuts. And number one, I don't think you should get involved in that. Number two, to even get involved in some of these hype chases, you got to be able to pony up. And a lot of people aren't going to be able to do that right now, and that's okay. And I do think there's a high likelihood that some of this stuff is starting to get a little overvalued. I am certainly not buying anything. As I've said in my previous videos, I am actually looking at selling things right now. I've been selling things here and there and trying to capitalize on some gains that I've made over cards that I've held for a long time. Because the truth is, markets like this, where things sell in a matter of days or hours or sometimes minutes, these don't happen that often. The FOMO is out of control. But if you don't have the money to play, you shouldn't be playing. Even if you have the money to play, you shouldn't be playing. Now, if you want to play the game and you don't have the money currently, I got a couple suggestions for you, I suppose. Number one, you have to probably try and find another way to make more money, right? Whether that's getting another job or a second job or something like that, some sort of side hustle, some way that you can kind of just get enough skin where you can get in the game. And another way you can do that too, and this kind of goes into the second thing is if you want to play the game, you might want to consider selling some of your Pokemon cards that you have that you don't care about as much, or if you can determine that there's something that you like more than what you have, even though what you have now you like a lot, if you like this even more, and you for whatever reason you can't come up with the money right now, you might want to consider selling this to get this. The only problem with this is sometimes you got to make sure this thing doesn't get carried away, especially right now with the way the market's moving, because you don't want to sell this and then you still don't have enough because now this is up here. Not saying that's going to happen, but I mean, it's realistically possible. And you never know like what trajectory each of these cards is going to take. One might rocket more quickly than another card. So I just wanted to get that off my chest, y'all. Like I get so annoyed just seeing people online always ask, is this fake? You know, did I get ripped off? And it's always like the same story. It's always, oh yeah, well, I got it for a really good deal. No, just if it's market price is something, either pay market price or maybe just a little bit under, maybe like 5% under for some of these chase cards. And that's about as good as you're going to get. That's just the way it is. And I'm sorry if you can't afford some of these cards right now. It sucks, but in time you will. If you work hard and you make the right moves, calculated moves, you will have more money someday. You just got to be patient and deal with it and just move on from one phase of your life to the other as it kind of happens. Anyways, that's all I wanted to say. Please be careful out there. And remember, if it's too good to be true, it is.